Hello, everyone. This is Julie Esser, CEO of Ignitify. I'm excited to have you with us this afternoon. And welcome to our webinar calling The Future of Credit Union Marketing, Engaging Members and Attracting New Audience with Video Storytelling. I'm thrilled to share these strategies with you and hope your credit union can use these strategies to help stand out in today's competitive landscape. Taylor, if you would advance the slide, please. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so you have to bear with us as we tag team on advancing the slides with moving forward. But over the next few minutes or so, we're going to explore a number of few things. We're going to give a quick introduction of Unthinkable Voices. It's probably not likely that you guys have heard of Unthinkable Voices. And so just give you a little bit background of who the organization is. And what we do. The power of storytelling. We'll get into 5-10 trends shaping credit union marketing. We'll talk about some practical strategies for implementing video into your marketing efforts. And then finally, we have a little offer for you to take advantage of for participating in this webinar today. But before we dive in, feel free to submit any questions. Since we are a small, intimate group, just raise your hand or come off mute. And let's make this a little interactive because we would love to get your feedback. So one of the exciting things that I get to do in my role with Ignitify is I get to work with some amazing companies and develop some pretty fascinating products and services specifically for credit unions. And this is one of those opportunities. And so we are just launching this product, Credit Union Voices, into the marketplace. And so much of what we're doing and what we're offering it is designed exclusively for you. And so we would love to get your feedback and share your experiences of, what's worked with videos. Have you tried video storytelling before? What other use cases that we haven't talked about in this webinar have you experienced? And this is being recorded, so we'll be able to share this video out to other credit unions as well. So let's get started. And I just want to start by making this quick introduction of Unthinkable Voices. And so please allow me to welcome Taylor Busby. He's a founder and marketing specialist with Unthinkable Voices. Taylor, would you please introduce yourself and Unthinkable Voices?
Yeah, thanks, Julie. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us and taking the time to be on this webinar. Briefly, I've been in marketing my entire career. The first half of my career was working for traditional, B2C agencies, doing a lot of more traditional mass media advertising. So everything from MTV to Coca-Cola to NASCAR to skylights. I've done it all. And then the second half of my career was spent building a company with my business partner today, a guy named Andy Boyd, who is a salesperson by trade. And we got together almost 20 years ago. During that time, we started working with Julie when she was with Acuna Strategic Services. And so we recognized early on that credit unions in particular, we just kind of fell in love with them. We fell in love with the model. We fell in love with the culture. We fell in love with the people. We loved the authenticity that came from that kind of credit union culture. And so Andy and I have started Unthinkable a few years back, and our goal was always, right, how can we develop tools and resources that can help organizations with the same kind of DNA as credit unions. I'm a marketing person by trade, and I am not typical to most marketing people in that I don't think throwing a lot of money at a problem is going to fix it. But I do think what typically fixes most marketing issues is when you get really laser focused on what's it going to take for the average salesperson to be successful. And so we spend a lot of time and energy at our agency really working with companies to get laser focused on what is it going to take to move the needle. And sometimes it's very tactical. One of the tools that we always deploy is video. Video becomes one of these becomes a tactic that, when done well, can tell a really powerful story, can help to condense the sales cycle, and really kind of elevate not only your brand, but the depth of the conversation that most companies have. And as we started developing more and more videos, it became apparent that, man, credit unions are the perfect audience for something like this: high value, low cost, big impact. And so we launched Unthinkable Voices with the help of Julie, targeting credit unions a little while ago, and that's kind of the brief overview.
Thank you for that. Let's move on to the next slide and talk about the power of video storytelling. Before we get into it, though, I'm curious of those that are on the call with us today. Have you used video in your marketing strategy with your credit unions? If you want to put your response in the chat, that'd be great.
Now's when we find out who's really listening and who's just a bot.
All right. So we have a few people that are shy to respond. That's okay. So let's start with talking about why video storytelling matters. And so it's no surprise to anyone that the use of video had accelerated as a result of COVID, right? Everybody's home, everybody's on Zoom. The use of video just rocketed. And you can see in this graph here of video use over time, and that's now at 91%. And did you know that including video in your marketing emails can increase click-through rates by as much as 96%, or that social videos are shared more than 1,200% times more than text and images combined. So video is the most important engaging format for digital marketing because it brings your message to life. It's more personable, more relatable, and most importantly, more memorable. So for credit unions, this means that credit unions use videos to tell authentic stories about your members, your community impact, and the values that set you apart from any other financial institution. We have so much to tell, and my prior career was with the Credit Union National Association, or CUNA. And so oftentimes we would ask credit unions to please share stories, video content, any type of testimonial from members about the impact the credit union has had on their lives. Those stories can then be with your congressmen and women about, why we are a unique entity and that we should be left alone from a regulatory standpoint. So, there's another aspect to this too. It is sharing with the world the impact that credit unions can have on consumers. So let's take a look at the trends that are transforming credit union marketing. So the next few slides, if you would mind advancing, is trend number 1. So personalization and member communication. So members are increasingly drawn to experiences tailored to their specific financial needs and goals. And they're expecting more of a personal touch. And we live in a personal, high expectation society, right? We need things on demand. We expect our credit union to know us, right? And some relationships have been intact for decades. I'm sure you have members that have been with the credit union since the dawn of time. And so, personalization, knowing who you are, understanding who I am is becoming more critically important. So personalized emails generate, 6 times higher transaction rates than generic ones. And so incorporating videos into that messaging can be extremely impactful. And so as you'll see with each one of these trends, I've not only identified, some ways or some statistics to help support that for you, but also some ideas on how you can use video content to support. Might be, imagine like sending an email to a new member with a personalized video welcoming them to the credit union. Thank you for joining. We're glad to have you part of this mission, and highlighting some services tailored to their needs, right? It's a small effort, but a big impact in loyalty and satisfaction. Or your credit union can use data analytics and segment your members a little bit by life stage, like first-time buyers versus retirees and things of that nature, and create a video addressing their unique financial needs, like mortgage options or retirement planning. So that could be used very well in the personalization aspect of supporting this marketing trend. So let's go to trend number two. Trend number two is digital first engagement. So with the rise of digital banking, it's no surprise that our members are spending more time online, and the majority of our member interactions now occur through digital channels. I don't know if there's a person haven't talked to that doesn't check their mobile accounts at least once a day. Um, at a minimum once a week, let's just say, right? Even my children who are in the, you know, Gen X, Gen Z category, I guess I'm a Gen Xer, Gen Z category, always check their accounts every single day. They don't keep their a lot of money in their checking accounts. They keep a lot of it in savings to protect them against fraud, because they do a lot of online shopping. And so they're in their accounts constantly. And did you know that 76% of consumers said they switched to a financial institution with better digital experiences? And so it's becoming more critical for us to really focus on those digital experiences and expand on them. So credit unions can capitalize this by offering content like video tutorials, video virtual workshops, application walkthroughs, just like what if you were offering a new service or a new security feature, or you're opening a new branch or something like that. These short videos show how, or they could be like showing them how to deposit checks using their mobile phone, and how it could save them a lot of time and make them feel confident in using the technology. And also imagine creating a video about the latest fraud scam. So, we're getting bombarded, because we're always digital on, we're bombarded with different fraud scams and schemes. And so imagine creating a little video talking about the fraud scheme and what they should do about it. And maybe even show them on their phone to some extent how to reduce their risk, if you have a certain application they should be looking out for. So that trend is digital first engagement. So we need better ROI on our digital experiences. This is just another way to help um, um, provide some of those benefits for that investment. Trend number three is community-centered storytelling. So credit unions, of course, are all about community. And the video is a perfect way to showcase your local impact. So for example, a credit union could share a video featuring a member who started their first business with a credit union loan. That video would not only build trust with existing members, but also attract new ones who want to support a community-focused institution, or showcase positive outcomes of the credit union's charitable activities and foundation activities through impactful storytelling. I remember going to CUNA's GAC several years ago, and the founder of Domino's Pizza was on the stage, and he talked about how he got his first loan for his business from a credit union. I mean, I remember this like 20 years ago. It granted wasn't, but it was captured as a video and can be shared. But it's those authentic stories that capture our attention and make them memorable and lasting. So sharing authentic stories from the credit union's members your credit union's members can also build trust and demonstrate real-world impact for your services. I also enjoy seeing stories from your employees that talk about how they have impacted a member's life, or why do they get up in the morning to come to work and be part of this unbelievable movement that we're in, right? And so, we are a feel-good industry, and we need to tell that story more. Trend number 4, focusing on Gen Z and millennials. Aging membership, right? The average age of a credit union member today is 53. So what can we do to help attract more of the youth market? And so Gen Z and millennials prioritize values like financial inclusion and sustainability differently. They prefer short, mobile-first videos like Instagram Reels and TikToks. So consider creating videos that highlight your credit union's social impact, such as sustainability initiatives or financial literacy programs for young adults. These resonate deeply with these generations. And transform the credit union's existing financial literacy resources into shareable videos or social media posts. So you can use these videos for those posts as well to reach a wider audience and educate not only your members, but consumers in general more effectively. Trend number 5 is video as a core marketing tool. So finally, video is the cornerstone of modern marketing. It dominates online engagement, offering higher click-throughs, conversion, retention rates, and status or text messages. So whether it's a CEO message, a member testimonial, a product explainer, video delivers higher engagement across every single platform. So remember, emails with videos see a 96% higher click-through rate than in landing pages that with videos boost conversions by 80% or more. So these statistics are tell the story as well, right? So it's not, if you're not using video today, so now's the time to get started. So that's the key takeaway in all these trends. So providing clear and engaging videos that explain how my credit union and the unique benefits that they receive. So, I've been part of this industry for almost 40 years now, and we've had a number of initiatives, at a national and state levels and local levels too, and try to get more membership joining the credit union, more consumers joining the credit union. And there's been a lot of national campaigns, America's Credit Union Brand, Open Your Eyes campaign. But the real thing about consumers and their misnomer about our industry, all around eligibility. They may not have heard about a credit union. I certainly didn't know about a credit union when I was 18 years old and getting into this industry the first time. But not only so we have that type of awareness issue, but it's the eligibility element that also, is in the mind of consumers. I didn't know that I could join. I didn't know that if I lived within a certain radius of a branch that I'm eligible for a membership, or if I worshiped in that geographic boundary, if I'm associated with a seg group. Think about the power of this message just for seg groups. I'm trying to attract more seg groups into credit union membership and in offering financial services and employee benefit. This could be another opportunity to engage with those groups as well. Also highlighting credit unions' commitment to strengthening communities, protecting consumers, ensuring financial inclusion through lots of different compelling video narratives. Okay. I'm going to pause for a second here since we just finished our last trend. So if you want to share in the chat, and hopefully what other cases have you guys all used? I know it's Andrew mentioned that you've used video primarily on social, but what kind of messages are you sharing in a video content form? Anybody care to share?
I see Andrew typing away.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Oh, we focus on community and financial education. Awesome. That's so cool. Uh, what about the other applications? You know, have you thought about doing those before? I don't, you know, are there other ways that you're thinking about using video that might be impactful for your membership? If not, we'll just continue going. The next section talks about practical strategies for credit unions. So again, here's a summary of some of those actionable ways to bring video storytelling to your credit union. So again, repurposing content, existing content, like Andrew does, financial education, turn those financial literacy guides into short shareable videos. Highlight consumer impact, sharing stories of your members who's achieved milestones with your support, have gotten their first car, you know, because they got a car loan from your credit union. They were able to save for the emergency fund that they've never been able to do, or you've helped them out of financial hardship. Those type of stories, those type of messaging speaks volumes into the consumer community. Also, engaging members with testimonials. I mean, what can be more authentic than a member telling their story to showcase the value of their credit union? And lastly, I keep honing in on this, but I just really love the use of CEOs talking to members personally. It's delivering a very personalized message. And that, of course, builds trust with your members by sharing regular updates with them directly or even from your leadership team. So I'm going
Hey,
to try and
Julie, if I could interrupt you for 2 seconds.
yes,
I just wanted
of
to
course.
make a quick comment that Andrew put in the chat to address one thing. I think that video creation. When you say videos, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. What we believe at Unthinkable is that the best stories are emotional, conversational, and Andrew, to your point, they feel real. And so the types of videos that we like to produce, that's the intent, right? We're looking for a level of authenticity that doesn't necessarily come through in the kind of typical, like talking head, scripted CEO type message. And so when Julie talks about, some of these different use cases, just keep in mind that the type of video that we're talking about, we put a large premium on making sure they're professionally produced, and that they feel conversational and human. I think the more human and the more emotive they can be, the better. So I just wanted to weigh in there and let you know, Andrew, I agree with you 100% about organic and real sounding videos.
Thank you for sharing that. That is so true. Um, let's talk a little bit about and this whole solution. So our credit union solution, Voices solution, is designed specifically for credit unions, as I mentioned. So it includes, personalized member testimonials, videos highlighting your community impact, affordable remote video production with no need for a studio. So oftentimes that I get from credit unions about, what's holding you back with video, with offering video content to your membership. And oftentimes it is, I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the resources to do it, and it's going to cost too much. So in this package, these don't have to be complicated or expensive. If we move on to the next slide, Taylor, we can showcase a little bit about what is that process. I think I have to jump to the next one as well. All right, so there's really just 3 steps involved in creating these impactful stories. So the first step is that we have an initial discovery call. So we start with a conversation about understanding what your credit union needs are, your strategic goals, how you want to use these videos, use some of the examples that we shared. And then step two is that we do remote interview. I've gone through this process, you guys, and I have been extremely impressed by how well um, this worked. I personally am not a person that can talk on the fly. I have to think about what I'm going to say, respond to questions kind of thoughtfully, making sure I don't forget anything. So you might feel that the interview process didn't go very well, right? And oh my gosh, now we just wasted all that time and effort in creating this video. And so what happens is that we and using your smartphone is as simple as that. And then record the video. And then Taylor does his magic, guys. And this is unbelievable. Like I said, to create this video, they'll edit each video, they'll cut it down, they'll include in some imagery, and it's all done remotely. And you get this beautiful product that you can use on your website, in your email, social campaigns. You can slice it, dice it, whatever you want to do. Um, and it's he's thoroughly impressed.
Hey, Julie,
Um,
if I could interrupt
on the
you for
next,
just 2 seconds.
yeah,
One, you may want to take your camera off. I'm kind of maybe it's me, but you're kind of breaking up a little bit, so getting a little laggy. Um, but just kind of reiterate what Julie said. The intent of this, and look, I come from my background. I've seen video change a lot, video production in particular, over the years. And so it used to be if you wanted to create a high quality, high level, emotive video, it was going to be expensive and it was going to take a long time to produce. And so we wanted to produce or develop a solution that eliminated all of those things and leveraged what almost everybody has at their disposal, their own smartphone, in order to, create videos of a similar quality, but that can still hold their own, but at a fraction of the cost and without having you guys to do any of the heavy lifting. And so, just to reiterate what Julie was saying, the step one, that initial call is really just to kind of get to know you as a client better, understand your goals and objectives for the video itself. And then we'll schedule a time with whoever we're going to be interviewing. It's usually about a 30, 45-minute conversation. It says interview, but it's usually more of a conversation based on those goals and objectives. And so if it's a CEO interview, for example, to include in your monthly newsletter or outreach to your employees, we would conduct that interview and then we would boil it all down in step three. And add stock B-roll, add photos of your whatever you have at your disposal. We can incorporate all of that. We'll add music to it and boil it down to about a minute and a half video that meets those goals we outlined in step one, but really try to make the process super, super easy for you to execute and also cost effective. I'll throw it back over to you, Julie.
actually, you probably can go right into the next slide, Taylor,
All
and
right.
talk
All
about
right.
the offer that we have.
Okay, great. Um, so yeah, I think that what we tried to do was develop several different options for credit unions that we felt that most credit unions, bigger than a bread box, could afford. Um, the standard package is basically is this top one, this four package video product, and it's $395 a month, year-long contract, and basically we'll create a video a quarter or four videos per year. We have a 12-month package, which is about $1,000 a month, and that's 12 videos a year, one video a month. Or if you're just looking to get your feet wet, then we could do just a one-off video, as needed, on demand, and those are about $2,500 each. And that's a 15% discount off of our typical retail rate. And as Julie mentioned here, if you do have a project that you would like to for us to work with you on, we could certainly we would waive that kind of one-time setup fee to get you guys up and running and make you believers in what we do. We are believers in earning your business for sure. And I do think once you kind of go through the experience and see the end product, that's really where the magic resides. I'm going to go on to the next slide here. So rather than leaving it here on this thank you slide, by all means, feel free to reach out to me if you're interested and want to talk more. But I'll just kind of leave it up here. Are there any questions from the group? I know, Andrew, you mentioned you use social in your ongoing efforts. I will tell you that a lot of our clients will take the 1 minute video, the minute and a half long video that we produce, and then cut that up into more snackable sound bites for things like social, or link to it, the larger video off of social. We can do that for you, or they can. So there's really no end in the way we can edit those videos. But any other comments or questions in regards to the solution, the process, or pricing? I see Andrew typing fast and furiously down there in the corner. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Thanks for your participation just the same.
Oh, okay. Candace, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I tried to unmute, but here's what we're going to do, guys. So we'll send you the recording of this webinar and the slides, so you have them. I also want to share with you the video that that Taylor put together for me. So actually,
You're freezing up
when you
there,
get
Julie.
the file, gets to the credit union landing page. Oh man. You'll see there's a credit union. Is that better?
Yes, it is.
All right, so we have a credit union landing page on the thinkablevoices.com website that has a video on there. Feel free to peruse that. We'll send you a link to it as well. This really concludes, this wraps up the portion of our webinar today. I just want to end by thanking you all for joining us. I hope you're as excited as I am about the potential of video storytelling for credit unions. And I'm ready to get started, or if you are ready to get started or you have some more questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll probably reach out to you as well. And let's tell your credit union story in a way that resonates, inspires, and drives growth for you all. So again, thank you so very much, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.